another episode of the Business News. My name is BindiBindi.
My name is True007. Good evening.
There's a little bit of echo. I'm just wondering why. Okay, today we're going to talk about FTX again. We even maintain the title, which is CCP's fingerprints all over FTX. The reason why we are talking about, I'm just wondering where the echo comes from. Oh, maybe it's because of this. Let me just.
Yeah. Once the Skype is turned off, it should be okay.
I am back. If anyone can hear me.
I can hear you. Sounds is good now. Resumed. Very clear.
Okay. So I'm just wondering, am I on? Okay. So I'm back on air. So we're going to talk about FTX. The reason being, it is the crypto's Lehman Brothers. If you remember what who Lehman Brothers was, it brought down the world, brought down the US, brought down a lot of people actually during the GFC time. FTX is very well known, not only because it has Sam Bankman-Fried as his CEO and founder, who is only 30 years old, but because of his mature rise he basically built a company over 4 years or so, and he has a lot of people backing it, which is very peculiar. The peculiarity in the morning we talked about during our HPay Crypto News Talk program. If you want to know a little bit about that, I just forgot that I have to give an opportunity for True007 to say hi to everybody.
Yeah, hi everyone. I already said that.
Okay.
Welcome to our business news.
Welcome. So today, this particular episode, we want to just recap what the Malsco has told us about. So maybe, Flower, if we could just bring Malsco's video, please.
赵长鹏的死敌就是 FTX，FTX 号称数字货币的央行，数字货币银行的粮仓。赵长鹏就想当这个角色，他当这个角色，谁想让他当？当然共产党。那就想，那你前面障碍是谁呢 ？FTX 的很多的币都存在交易，就在币安，是币安完美的和共产党设计了一个套。本身 FTX 就是有问题的，它过去就很多问题。这一次就让人家给设计了，所以说你这个苍蝇不叮无分的蛋啊，苍蝇和蛋这回都完蛋了啊！这就是 FTX 最核心就一个原因，挪用了客户资金还不上，而挪用了资金被赵长鹏掌握了，赵长鹏还帮助他挪用了资金，而且自己那里呢是参与者，最后把他给撂出去干掉。他以为在清理对手，共产党想这么玩，但是他没想到，这引起了全世界币圈知道。赵长鹏是100%共产党，是吧？包括比特币、以太币，所以说未来所有存在世间的这几个币，只要你能动用客户的钱，你就完蛋。美联储绝对不可能合规法律上任何情况下，财务管理上动用客户一分钱。什么最重要？微针不破。而且不要狂妄、贪婪、自私、虚假。所以说，他现在搞的叫数字货币恐惧，让全球的政府都去监管数字货币，和共产党一样，把中心化的数字货币的和数字化、去中心化的数字货币，它让你所有全球都变成政府垄断的中心化数字货币，彻底的跟他一样垄断数字货币啊！赵长鹏就是这个大手，火币呀，赵长鹏啊。几乎9000多家的全球数字货币里面，一大半都有共产党的影子。这是共产党的叫数字货币超限战，达到丑恶数字货币丑化，把数字货币给邪恶化， 然后全世界都不相信其他数字货币，然后呢就让全世界都买数字化人民币，达到政府完全中心化数字货币，垄断数字货币，达到然后共产党又在全球数字化货币领先的地位啊，这是很牛叉的啊。下一个倒下的会是哪一个 ？Coinbase 很有可能，然后呢，很有可能以太币也会出问题啊，然后呢，比特币只是时间的问题，全球会定为犯罪货币啊，全部不准用啊，这就是明年6月份数字货币法出来以前他们要干的事儿啊。
Okay,
Wow.
we are going to continue this morning's discussion, but with a different spin. Now, I just want to point out a few things. The people that are victims of FTX, other than, we all think of, the people who hold accounts with FTX, other than these people, of course, their coins and wallets are gone. Just before the collapse, on the day of collapse, our what is his name? Sam
Bankman-Fried.
Sam Bankman-Fried.
That's right.
SBF must have allegedly, because it was the case, 600 million of the wallet, FTX wallets were cleared, transferred, emptied out. So 600 million on top of all this money that is owed to creditors, many of whom are unsecured creditors. So this cascading, the knock-on effect, the domino effect of FTX is going to be brewing for a while to come, because it's just the magnitude is such that even the liquidator says he has never, in his 40 years of insolvency experience, he has never come across anything like that. And he was actually the liquidator of Enron when Enron went bust. So True007, if you are still on air, maybe you're not.
I am.
Okay, your picture has disappeared. So I want you to think about who, other than the users, are also victims of this collapse.
Well, rather than users, then there's institutions who belongs to the bunch of cryptocurrencies, such as Coinbase, based in America. Coinbase Miles go talk about quite a lot, and he mentioned because of the lack of, I think at that time, lack of clarity from SEC about how they're going to, specify what is compliant and what is not. And it's still not clear. They just said, well, this is going to be commodities or, asset, whatever. It's a big questions. And so in that cases, I think it's like anything else. There's always the first person who eat the apple, right? Whoever the first eat the apple might have sinned, and they might continue thin as defined by later clarity in SEC's regulation, for example. Okay, in that case, that, and also others like Ethereum and Bitcoin as well, being used for money laundering and and other illegal purposes and usages. In that case, I think definitely there was more theories. So Bitcoin that might be gone as well. Okay, and that is before the middle of next year, when the definition of in the regulation comes out in the SEC, and to say this is what you should do or you should not to do. For example, in the FTX cases, what they should not do is, okay, that's not allowed. It's not your money. You should not use it. And also, there's no clear cut of a stable coin. If there's anything, the coin FTT is more like a self-defined coin without any hard asset or gold like what we have in the Himalaya exchange, or other things such as a stable coin like US dollars. Nothing of that has been, implemented in the system of FTX. Back to your question, I think the majority of the rest of the 9,000 cryptocurrencies in the world will be suffer. They all have, usability is the issue. Maybe not clear cut that if you ever use your backdoor, use the customer's money, for example, this might be a often practice. The coin, then the money is in the issuer's bank account that they think they can just use. So if that's the case, it's like a bounty scheme or theft of customers' money in some degree. So this got to be all cleared. But before that, I think they're going to clear out all the rest of the 9,000 coins operators and make sure that they're not there before, just the 2 or 3 left.
When this FTX collapse happened, I come to know that actually between the crypto exchanges, they are much more intertwined. Collapses, not only they owe $3.1 billion to 50 creditors, these are 50 top creditors, there are also dozens of crypto firms who have announced that they still have funds stuck on FTX platform. And this ranges from, a couple of million to Genesis Trading that has 175 million. So these companies are now the unsecured creditors in FTX Chapter 11. So as unsecured creditors, basically you can kiss your money goodbye, because FTX just does not have that much money to pay anybody off. Of course, the first lot of money will have to go to secure creditors. I don't know who they are. It seems like everybody who is either an investor, as in shareholder of the setup, or they have invested with the platform, or consumers, and everybody else I have seen are all unsecured creditors. Perhaps somebody high-ranking, high up there, I don't want to name who they may be, just in case we get sued. I get sued. Are secured creditors. So these are the people who will have the first dip into whatever FTX assets are still remaining. But very interestingly, one person who is definitely going to win is, guess who? The liquidator.
The liquidator, yes,
the
sure.
liquidator. The liquidator is now the new CEO, because SBF is now already fired. So the company has been taken in by the liquidator, John Ray, who was an ex-Enron liquidator, who has 40 years experience in insolvency. And guess what? How much he is paid?
How much?
$1,300 US dollars an hour.
Well, that's pretty standard of the lawyers and accountants.
Yeah, no, pretty standard for liquidators, I must say. It's pretty standard.
Yeah,
oh dear. So after he has got his, he said he has 20,000 of fees not paid yet. Of course, that will come off from the retainer that the creditors have put up. But just imagine, you have many people who got caught or got burnt by this all. The first group of people, sometimes people don't have very much sympathy to all these people, because they can afford to lose. First group of people are the people who have been paid to promote FXT. So these are typically, sports personality, celebrity. So you have, of course, venture capitalists, sovereign funds like Temasek, but not so Temasek.
Yes, Singapore government lost 100 million or something like that.
Some report says 275 million. I've read somewhere else that says 500 million. I don't know which is which, but it is a lot of money. Well, just now I was like, mentally I was going like, okay, 275 or even 500 million divided by 4 million people. Okay, each person only lost that much. Maybe it's not so much. I don't know whether it's a laughing matter or not. But just think of Ontario Teachers Pension Plan that has invested $95 million.
Wow,
that
that's
is
big
sad,
money.
man.
That's big money for the pensioners. Well, they don't have much money. They probably each put a couple of $1,000 there, for the Christmas. Now they don't even have a chance to kiss the money, and then now it's goodbye. Sad.
Yeah. So that's why it is. So if we talk about losers, so we just want to just in case our audience they don't know, of course, other than users, which are of course people who have coins or wallets with FTX, they are unsecured, just like us having money in our bank. If the bank decide to bail in, there is already in Australia law for the bank to bail in. So our money is, even though guaranteed, I don't know that guarantee is to what extent is really guaranteed. So it is with FTX users, wallet holders. So of course there are the shareholders of FTX. You also have people who have invested creditors. This will be typically from other crypto firms, other crypto lenders. So they will go bust. One of the first thing, this is a first-hand experience. I have a friend who used to withdraw her investment income. Instead of withdrawing fiat, which typically takes a long time. Even our Himalayan exchange is the same. So the platform allows them to withdraw the profit using crypto. So crypto will shorten the withdrawal process from 30 days, typically, if you do fiat, to 8 days via, for her, she uses digital search. So she was promoting digital search like nobody's business, digital search. And guess what? When this happened, digital search suspend their withdrawal. So even though my friend had nothing to do with FTX, she nevertheless is also a victim of this collapse, just because she had the money routed through digital search, which happened to have exposure to FTX and frozen or suspended the entire withdrawal. So I think she has money stuck there in digital search. So to what extent and who? We keep talking about blockchain technology and everything else. And how Mao Guo said the CCP wants to put fear in people's head, fear of crypto. Don't you think it, to my friend or people who have experienced having their money suspended, whether it's by Binance or digital search, don't you think that they will be a lot more cautious when it comes to crypto in the future?
Well, definitely, once you get burned, you see, this is the case, I think. Absolutely right. I mean, it's a learning process, I suppose. When you never know about it, then this is what happened, and it's happened. So, yes, definitely.
So I just wish that Himalayan Exchange had been online a little bit earlier. If if Himalayan Exchange had been around, say 2 years earlier, then by now HPay, HDO would have been so well known. Because right now people just don't know HDO, people don't know HPay, people don't know HCN. So, and of course, HCN is not traded anywhere else. We are, basically on private blockchain, wanting to go hybrid. So, and it's Do you think that Himalaya Exchange is a little bit slow in the whole crypto debacle?
I think this might be a pace deliberately designed to avoid that disaster. What do you think? Just think about it. The market might be panic if they're not getting the correct information and then panic. But although it doesn't matter, I think we are there just to, I think for a couple of reasons. Number one, we're issuing the second year's, okay, $1 billion of each coin. That takes time. I think. What do you think? I don't think it's going to be that quick. It takes time. Therefore, it is understandable. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It takes time. And I think the other thing is that what Mount Score is saying is that he's really not looking at the entire world, knowing Himalaya Exchange. He's more like targeting, let's say 100 million people in China using it. And that in itself is like we already form a complete ecosystem, self-sustainable. Maybe that's also the reason why Himalaya Exchange only came out last November. But anyway, this is all, we are only guessing, only speculating. But what is very interesting with Mr. Bankman-Fried and his team, do you know how big the team is?
How big?
10 people. 10 people.
Oh, only 10 people. Wow.
Only 10 people.
So, yeah.
So they all live together. They all live
Yeah.
together. They all work together in Bahamas in a house. And they each of them, at one point or another, have slept with one another.
What?
This is the type. Yes.
What?
Interesting.
I didn't hear. What do you say?
This group of 10, they are basically living and working together in Bahamas, in a luxurious Bahamas penthouse, which serve as also the company's headquarters in Bahamas. 10 people.
And then did you say something like a birds of a feather together, something like that?
Yeah, birds of a feather. They flock together, and they are. Mass media describe them as cabal of roommates because one way or another they are all linked back to trading firm Jane Street and also MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology.
So that's a quite astonishing lifestyle, as you said. How many men or women there, by the way?
Well, we know you have the CTO. Gary Wang, also the director of engineering, Nishat Singh, and then of course you have the Alameda CEO, Caroline Allison, and SBF Sam Bankman-Fried. So that is already four people.
Five.
1, 2, 3, 4. Already 4. So other people are not named, but there are actually 10 of them. 10 of them who are 10 roommates, and they all slept with each other, and they all work together, and they all also take drugs. Okay.
Oh, you mean they? You mean they very much like I suppose a special lifestyle where when they take drugs and then they don't know whether the other party is male or female, that kind of thing.
I don't know.
That's no wonder.
But the thing is,
this is crazy.
That is the reason why this part of it, I don't think is the fault of CCP. That's why Mousko said, unless there's a crack on the egg, you won't attract flies.
Well,
so these people have.
Now both the egg and the fly is gone.
Yeah.
Both the fly and the
So
eggs will be gone. The fly is
yeah,
Zhao Changpeng, right? Balance.
that's right.
And yeah,
That's
and
right.
the egg is is the group FTX. They had some I suppose some doings which are in the eye of SEC. Well, this is funny. SEC, who is in charge of SEC? I thought they are also quite related in somehow, not in the way you just described. It might be, I don't know. So any news?
Well, I think the extent of which, because Mount Score said there is a lot of political implication of it all, because
Yeah,
SBF is very connected, and it's because he's very connected that is the reason why he can get so many people to stand behind his business and to promote his business, which
correct.
gave rise to his meteoric rise in the past few years. And also, this is the reason why also you have a lot of celebrities vouching for the business. And of course, these people are now getting sued, a class action by the customers suing all these celebrities who promote the platform. Now, that is also the reason why Malscore said that it is going to be a long time. The amount of lawsuits and the amount of fees that FTX is going to incur is going to be so
Yeah,
much. It is basically worthless. It is worthless. And
correct.
you this morning you mentioned about how any money that has been siphoned out from the digital wallet, surely they can be traced back. And I actually saw
Yeah.
news that they are wanting to do that now. Tracing back
Okay, good.
money money that has been
Yeah.
stolen from FTX digital wallets. So
I'm sure.
talking
Yeah,
talking about CCP's fingerprint, which is our title.
yeah.
One thing which people CCP didn't suspect is that Binance, Zhao Changpeng would be exposed. Maybe you want to go into a little bit
Okay.
of more detail on
All
this. Yeah.
right. But as far as we know, we reviewed this morning, Binance participation. Number one, Binance was an early investor in the FTX. Early investor. Okay. Then Binance decided to offload 580 million of FTX's native token, which is FTT. Binance CEO Zhao Changpeng confirmed that his company's massive sale, and then the massive sale caused the price of the token to plummet. Then, just in 3 days, they were eager to withdraw $6 billion, and FTX could not meet the demand. Number 6, Binance agreed to acquire the company. Then at last, Binance put out the deal due to corporate due diligence. Well, they have done that before, okay. And citing reports of mishandling of customs funds and alleged investigations by the US agencies, has decided that that is Zhao Changpeng and Binance together, Zhao Changpeng, CEO of the Binance, they will not pursue a potential acquisition of FTX. Sounds like someone, grab you up in the ocean of rough water, then they look at you, baby, bingo, drop down back to the ocean
Send
and
you
let it
back.
happen. Yeah, okay, go where you know what the purpose, I think, what we hear from Miles Gore is FTX, debacle is not over. The eventual collapse of Binance, Tether, and others will send Bitcoin prices plunging below 10,000. Sam Bankman-Fried is a liar and a crook. His personal crypto FTX token FTT is basically a Ponzi scheme. Not to mention, the backdoor transfer of customs money. That's a criminal. I think that's in any financial system that's called stealing money from some company you don't belongs to you. The government regulations don't protect the customers. They protect the scammers, which is exactly what SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried, is trying to do. And the House Finance Service Committee announced that in an inquiry in December to investigate the collapse of FTX. So next year they're going to next month they're going to investigate that. I wonder why they're not investigating now. I suppose with the crypto, checks, this accounting system in the crypto, they should be able to trace back if they are central administered, or if they are open, decentralized. It depends on whether if they're decentralized, how could they capture that? I don't know. Maybe Bindi, do you have any?
You know what I was going to say? Because we know that SBF is very well connected at the in his political level. His parents were lawyers. Then this Caroline Ellison is parents are economists in MIT. Because of their background, my speculation, purely speculation, is that all this House investigation, the Financial Services Committee, House Financial Services Committee, wanting to investigate into this, they are finally not going to be more likely than not be finding a scapegoat in the CCP, because okay, CCP is not exactly scapegoat per se, because they have a hand in manipulating the whole thing, but they are going to lump everything onto the head of CCP and use this opportunity to bash up Binance and Zhao Changpeng. What do you think?
Well, I think this is the way they're going to go like that, because we know that Gary Gensler, the college MIT teacher, okay, he's a STC's regulator. Yeah, Gary Gensler, and also Caroline's father is the head of MIT college, called Glenn Ellison, right? His father. So that's the one relationship. Then you're back to the the CEO of FTX. It's also in the college of graduates of MIT. And then Caroline Ellison is the FTX co-CEO. He is also studied in the MIT college. So that looks like a whole family. It's one family, and there's four of them. You see that? One family in terms of college head and the professor, also students. Okay, two students as well. And then one is the father. Who is the father? The head of the college is the father, and the other is the professor in the college. I think this is this makes you think it's like a CCP in China. If you get together, then you sort of doing business together and help each other. But the difference is now one is a regulator as well as one is a player. So this is a problem. And
but we can't read too much into the role of Gary Gensler, because he just happened to be a professor in MIT, and just because MIT is a very, very well-known institution, so you have all the able people all coming out from there. And Caroline Ellison is actually a mathematics genius. So they're all very intelligent people. And if you have seen our program this morning, you can see that these people actually intentionally set up the accounting system so that they can have a backdoor that does not alert the external auditor of any irregularity. So that in itself is the crack in the eggs. But the fact that now everything has gone pear-shaped, and Maltzko said, everybody now realize that CCP has a hand in it, and in it all. I just think that my speculation is that eventually they're just going to pile everything up on Zhao Changpeng and Binance, and since Binance is under investigation anyway, right?
That's
so
right.
just make
and
the
one,
audience life very difficult.
okay, in FTX, his CTO Gary Wang. It's a mystery. It's it's a mystery. It's a mystery. This guy is Forbes 2022 listed of world's billionaire. Okay, he's a billionaire in the age. He's only 28 years old. Richest man among them is Gary Wang, the richest man. Okay, and the co-founder and chief technology officer of Bankman-based cryptocurrency exchange FTX. That is very interesting. How a guy, a Chinese guy, although studied I think MIT as well, how could he get together at the age of 22 and become a billionaire? Okay, this is in Forbes magazine 2020. That is something to think about for CCP. I think this happens for not a just coincidence. In that case, it could be set up. What do you think? Wait and see.
In the crypto market, in the crypto world, Chinese or people with Chinese name,
Yeah,
they
very
have
involved.
They are leaders, really, seriously. You look into anything, you have a Chinese face behind it all.
Yeah.
So to what extent Gary Wang, I mean, other than the fact that Gary Wang is also part of the team of 10 who have orgies and everything in Bahamas together with all the other female or male.
Okay.
We do not know too much. 28 years old, I mean, it's a very tender age to be or even 30 years old. So I think our time has come to an end.
Oh.
This is by no means the end of it all. More information, it's going to come out sooner or later. Even for people who do not have exposure to FXT, FTX, at the end of the day, do not be surprised if it comes back to bite us. Only because some other platforms further down the road have invested in FTX. For example, the teachers in Ontario. How would it know that their pension fund is invested in FTX, right?
Well,
So,
somehow they have Bill Clinton and Hillary were on the same stage when Bankman had a speech. I think a pretty famous stage. I forgot which stage, but that was the case. So when you have former president and the secretary to standing beside you, this will make the market will speculate. You know what I mean? Yeah. Plus sportsmen, famous sports figures, entertainment figures. Well, they done well in the marketing and the promotion for sure. Okay, but the rest of that we don't know. We hope everyone's well, and then the world will find out what's happening, and then what is the intention of the CCP trying to do through Zhao Changpeng. Zhao Changpeng have killed effectively the biggest enemy on the crypto world. Okay, considered as the Federal Reserve of the enemy of the cryptos. In other words, they're big money lenders. So where they lend the money out, where they're going to get it back. So yet we just hear about the possibility of that in the marketplace, so speculating. But the truth yet to be program comes back. Bindi.
Thank you very much for watching, and we'll be back next week with another episode of the business news. Good night.
Thank you. Good night. Thank you, Flower.